so we're hearing some complaints over lack of driver's license numbers, social security numbers, and other identifying numbers in order to, I guess, connect some voter registration records. And there are some complaints about how this could be in violation of the law. Can you explain for our viewers here on Live Impact News some of the concerns here with this suit?
No, I appreciate the opportunity to be with you. This is an issue that we've raised now for some time and was at the heart of also a number of lawsuits that we brought against the State Board of Elections, where individuals that by no fault of their own registered to vote, and on that voter registration form did not collect the necessary information to be able to verify that voter as who they were, to include either the last four of their social security number or their driver's license. And so those pieces of information are critical in order to be able to verify the voter. And so as we've identified this issue and took this to the state board, they refused to provide a cure process. And so we had petitioned them to cure these individuals, and that way they would be held no harm as they would go out and vote. The Board of Elections refused. We did sue on this item, and this was also at the heart of some of the claims that Judge Griffin brought forward during his suits. And so we appreciate the DOJ continuing to bring this forward in order to bring North Carolina into compliance.
Are you able to share how many records this might apply to? Because we just have been seeing reportings that it's some records. Is this a wide-scale issue that is being alleged here in this suit? Is this limited to certain jurisdictions, or I guess are you able to speak on the numbers, if at all?
Yeah, so during a number of years, the Board of Elections did not have the proper form in order to complete the voter registration process. And again, having that piece of information missing, the last four of the individual social or the driver's license. And so during this period of time, it's estimated that there's somewhere between 300,000 to 400,000 individuals who would just need to have their their voter registration cured. It's a simple process by which they can go ahead and just update their voter registration to be able to provide that information and, again, verify who they in fact are.
Now, this topic obviously seems to go hand in hand with a big one that we've been following for months here in North Carolina, and that was the ongoing election, if you will, the race between Jefferson Griffin and Allison Riggs, and we heard Mr. Griffin's party had raised concerns about folks being able to vote who he believed were not eligible to vote or potentially might not be eligible to vote. And so I feel like this argument goes hand in hand with that. Are you able to speak at all about, that issue, how that race concluded, if you will? As we just mentioned for our viewers here on Live Impact News, we know Allison Riggs is now sworn in and now inevitably has obtained that seat.
Sure. So Judge Griffin did bring forward this issue that the DOJ has brought suit on regarding the individuals who are on the voter rolls who we are not able to verify, in fact, who they are. And so during the proceedings, you did have the North Carolina Court of Appeals rule in favor of his petition. And there was a cure process that then was to proceed. That process was never able to fully proceed because the federal courts did intervene and go ahead and have that lawsuit put on hold at that point. So, but the lawsuit that we had brought previously still is also in standing. And so, again, it's very consistent with what the DOJ has brought forward. It's in order to bring our state in compliance to make sure that the voter records are accurate and complete, and that we can verify, in fact, who the voters are by either the last four of their social or through their driver's license number. And it's a simple process to cure, which the previous state board refused. And so we always question why the Democrat board was refusing to cure these individuals to, again, be able to prove, in fact, who they were. And it's a simple process by having their voter registration updated.
I was wondering if you could speak on, some of the criticism that we hear from opponents to some of these measures, talking about, potentially disenfranchising folks unduly, putting undue hardship on folks to try to, verify all of these, different methods of identity and such. But y'all have taken a particular stance on this issue. And what is your argument and your goal in filing this suit?
Well, our petition was to, in fact, verify who the voters were. So the state constitution says that you need to be able to present a photo ID. And so the voter rolls need to be able to reflect accurately who is eligible to vote. And this is a measure by which to be able to verify the voter rolls through the last four of an individual's social or their driver's license, which is tied back to it. And so it's purely a simple process, a common sense measure to ensure the integrity of the elections.
Anything else you'd like to leave our viewers with here on Live Impact News about this overall issue? Because obviously we continue to see, this topic rising again and again in the headlines, and obviously this will be a situation that we continue to watch as well.
Well, I look forward to the DOJ suit being able to be heard and or also the new Board of Elections being able to provide a cure process. It's a simple process by which these individuals whose voter registration is incomplete, they would just need to fill out a new voter registration form and be able to provide the last four or their social security number or their driver's license number. And it's a very simple process. It's not cumbersome. And that way we can make sure to have the integrity and confidence in the voter rolls.
All right. We just want to point it out for our viewers as well here on Live Impact News. We have reached out to NC Dems for comment and also for an interview here, so hopefully we can bring that perspective for folks a bit later here on Live Impact News. Of course, we're back here at 7 o'clock. Meantime, we do appreciate, Jason, your time here on our streaming show with the North Carolina Republican Party, and do keep us abreast of this, particular case as well as any others. We thank you so much for your time, Jason.
Thank you. Take care.